Good morning, everybody. You tuned in once again to Crag. Now then, been triggered this morning. Oh my god. So, I saw a video this morning of people partying in Nottingham. Now, there's a place called Forest Recreational Ground in Nottingham, and this this guy's walking across the field and he's saying there's a party broken out, like it's about, oh my god, that's like saying there's a fight broken out. Describing it as a negative thing by the choice of words used to describe it, But before we get into it, it's tip of the day. Right, so my tip for you today is this: love one another. Simple. Love one another. Live and let live. Very, very simple. Right, so let's get on with this. I mean, when people start describing good things such as freedom as dangerous, well, you've got to start thinking that maybe the Pavlovian conditioning is taking full effect. I mean, wow, man. There's a fucking party broken out. Quick. And what else are they using in the same sentences here? They're saying there's no police around and there's no community support officers. I mean, why should there be? What, to quell freedom? I mean, the thing is, right, let's just look at this. People don't want lockdown anymore, do they? It's been a year, people are fed up of it. On these videos, it was mainly, like young adults. They look like, teenagers and shit. These kids have been, they've been told they can't go to school and see their friends. They're not allowed out. They've got to sit in their fucking bedrooms playing Xbox, which I'm sure for the first 6 months was absolutely brilliant, right? I mean, and for some still is. But, for normal folks that want to go out and interact with other human beings, because let's face it, that's normal. It's a good thing. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, at least. These people that want to do this, they've had enough, and they're saying, well, you know what? It's my right to choose. And good for them. Good for them. What do you expect? People say, oh yeah, they'll say, oh right, well, Boris has eased some of the lockdowns. Well, he hasn't really, has he? He's just said you can see up to 6 people outside. Oh, thank you, Boris. Thank you. Thank you, master. All right, yeah. But because there's been an easing of some lockdown rules, guidelines, remember, they're guidelines. Guidelines, it means they are a guide. Very, very simply, you have to look at the words used. The government use the words they have to use. If they could get away with saying it was a fucking law, they would do. But no, they can't, because it's not. They have to say guideline. They can have the police, their fucking mob, their gang that come around with their fucking sticks beating people up. They can have them enforce it, because the police are allegiant to the fucking government. Okay? So, yeah. But that makes people think it's law. But guess what? It's a guideline. Anyway, let's not get into that. Like these people they've they've taken some of the restrictions of the guidelines away. So people are like, oh, thank fuck for that. Nice couple of sunny days around. And they're thinking, well, fuck it then. We're going to go out and enjoy ourselves. We remember, this is the key point. They're saying, we remember what life is like. Oh my God, the sun is out. We remember what life was like. We remember what it was like to enjoy life. What's wrong with that? Is that not what the end goal is? You know, let's not fucking persecute people for being brave enough. People would probably like to argue with me here. They usually do, and say that these people aren't brave, they're stupid because they're breaking the lockdown rules. No. They're simply deciding not to follow the guidelines because they're free people and they've got the right. Whether that's irresponsible or not is no concern of anybody else's when it comes down to what somebody's freedom is. And it's as simple as that. It might be your opinion, just like this is my opinion, that they are being irresponsible and they should follow the guidelines, but that doesn't give you the right to shout for freedoms to be taken away. It doesn't. That's not your right. It's not your choice. It's nobody's right or choice to take away somebody else's rights or their freedom to make a choice. Right? That's irresponsible of you. So anyway, can you blame these people? No, you can't. Bit of sunshine. The lockdown restrictions have been slightly lifted, so that everybody's thinking, well, fucking hell, good, I'm going to go out and have a good time. These people that are actually out there doing it, they've been locked down. I mean, when you were a child, when you were a teenager, what did you want to do? You wanted to go out with your friends. So why is it then that the people are thinking that this is odd? Now, unless we move forward, instead of persecuting these people, we ought to be clapping them. You know, everybody's into clapping at the minute. Let's clap the brave ones that are willing to choose, okay? That are willing to say, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm sick of being controlled. I'm actually going to go out there and live my fucking life. That's brave. You know, think about what's going on in the world. It's not stupid, it's fucking brave. After all of this, they are refusing to get down with the government's fear tactics. And they are saying, fuck this, we're going to go and live our lives. And you know what? Even if we get a fine, even if the police come, we're still going to do it. That is brave. You know, get with it. It's brave. So instead of persecuting these people and calling them irresponsible, let's see it for what it is. Because these people are actually trying to push society forward out of this mess. Whether they know it or not, by simply going out and having a party, you know, and being with their friends and having a good time, doing what normal people do, they are literally pushing society out of the fucking mess that the government has left us in. And there is nothing wrong with that, because unless people do that, we're never going to be out of this mess. So you got to ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want to be stuck in a state of perpetual lockdowns for the rest of your life? Perpetual fear for the rest of your life? Do you? Because if the answer to that question is no, then you need to start fucking thinking about what normal life is and then going and living it. Because the way to get rid of fear, okay, is to look fear in the face and say, not today, and do something anyway. The way to be free again is to start living a free life. Now I'm going to have to break it down here. You know, I'm going to have to look at a couple of points. Because you know what? Do wars continue if people continue to fight? Well, do they? No, they don't. You know? Do you lose weight if you continue to eat shit foods that are full of crap? Probably not, you know? Hold on a minute. There's another one here. I'm sure I can come up with another one. Hold on, yeah. If you continue to have unprotected sex with a very highly fertile woman, do you stop having babies that you can't afford, you know, to look after? Can you? You know, do you? Probably not. So let's just look at it. You know, let's look at these points, because I dare say, if you stop having unprotected sex with a heavily fertile woman, you might stop having, you know, babies irresponsibly that you can't look after, you know. I'm going to have to go out on a limb here. You know, I mean, if you stop eating shit food, would you stop putting on weight? Well, yeah, probably. You know? And here's the big one. Here's the big one, yeah? If you stop fighting, does the war end? well, yes, of course. So, is the lockdown going to end if people continue to, you know, be pissed off at people that want to end the lockdown? No, it's not, basically. The lockdown will never end so long as people want to continue it, want to keep it going by saying, well, we've got to stop seeing our friends so we can get our freedom back. We've got to fucking stay in lockdown so we can end the lockdown. I mean, come on. Where's the fucking sense? Anyway, this is my final point. Perfect. So, I think we can see now, can't we, that continuing to do something is never going to end it. The only way to end something is quite literally to stop doing it. So if people don't want lockdowns anymore, then stand up for yourselves and say, we're not living in lockdown anymore. You know, and this goes for everybody. You know, man, woman, child, even the fucking police. I'm sure everybody's pissed off with it. Let's just say, as you know, as a society, as a collective people, you know, let's just say we've had enough and we're not doing it anymore. Because we can do that. We can do that shit, all right? So, it's as simple as that. If you don't want this shit to continue, then stop doing it. Just like if you don't want a war to carry on, stop fighting. It's very, very simple. If you want freedom back, well, then start being free. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult, is it, to work out? You are never going to go in one direction by moving in the other one, are you? Simple. So if you want your freedom back, be free. If you don't want lockdowns anymore, well, start applauding those people. Excuse me as I spit everywhere again. Start applauding people who are actually trying to get us out of lockdown. If you want a normal life back, applaud those that are actually trying to live a normal life instead of being fucking afraid and beating them down for it and calling them names and reporting on it in such a negative way. Because that's never going to bring freedom back, is it? It's never going to end the lockdowns. Simple. Okay, bottom line. Right. So, that's the point made. And you know what it is now, don't you? It's the time you've all been waiting for. It's Reader's Corner. Right, so it's Reader's Corner today. I wonder what the art of peace, I wonder what pearl of wisdom the art of peace will give us today. But as again, if you haven't seen one of these videos before, Reader's Corner is where I flick a page at random and we just basically read what's on the page. And I feel like that's the best way and the most respectable way to deal with this whole circle of life shit, you know? So let's get down with it. This is Reader's Corner. Okay. Oh my God! Fuck off! This is getting scary now. This is getting fucking scary now, man. Because, just wait till you hear this. I couldn't fucking, as you can tell, believe what the fuck I've just read. Anyway, let's get into it. The proverb of today, I mean, comparing to what it is we've been speaking about. The art of peace is to fulfill that which is lacking. Fucking hell. Come on, man. If you haven't got this book, okay, let me get the whole page in there. If you haven't got that book, buy it. Simple. That's going to be your tip of the day for tomorrow. Right. The art of peace is to fulfill that which is lacking. Wow. I don't need to say any more to that, do I? Right, this is Crag. I'm signing off, and I'm going to wish love and peace to all things everywhere. Peace.